Hey there all craft beer lovers, time for another beer review. And yeah, it's Impy Stout time on the Cider Fanatic review channel, one of my favorite things, and for that one we are going to this brewery. Yeah, you got it right, we are going once again to Amundsen Brewery out of Norway, taking a look at their Pecan Psychosis. There's the crazy artwork. Absolutely gorgeous artwork there. This is a barrel-aged pecan and maple Imperial Stout in a 330 milliliter can, clocking in at a very, very lovely 12% ABV. There you go. Crazy cool artwork. Another solid beer, I hope, from Amundsen. There's the 360-degree lid there. Let's get it cracked open then and see what we are going to get. Oh, good pop on that can opening. There we go. And as usual with Amundsen, filled to the brim. There you go. Oh my goodness me. My goodness me. This looks absolutely crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. There we go, final drops, guys. I'm not gonna miss one drop of this. Right, something like that it will have to suffice. Now, in view. 1 to 1.5 finger of a very nice brown colored, mocha colored head. Couple of bubbles on top. What do we have? Jet black beer in the glass, of course. Super lovely presentation of that beer. Oh yeah, aroma. Okay, so you definitely get the bourbon right away. You get that bourbon barrel thing. Yeah, definitely vanilla, sweet bourbon. Oh yeah, kind of black molasses. Dark roasted malts. Get the pecan. Don't really get the maple, but I do get the pecan vibe. I do get that lovely bourbon sweetness. I do get that lovely, yeah, that lovely, oh, yeah, that molasses, that vanilla, buttery vibe, cake batter vibe. I love it. I love it. So with that said, I think we're in for a treat because it's Amundsen, and they do actually succeed most of the times. And I have no doubt as to this will be a lovely beer. Cheers! Yeah, that's a good beer. That's a good beer. What can I say, guys? That's a good beer. So, Pecan Psychosis. Bourbon barrel-aged pecan and maple Imperial Stout. Now, the first thing that kind of strikes me here is that for being a 12%er and for being a bourbon barrel-aged beer, it's actually quite mild. It's kind of very unusually mild, I would say. I'm not used to that type of mildness in a bourbon barrel-aged 12% Imperial Stout, adjunct stout at that. I can't even recall the last time I had that type of a mild beer. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. It has a lot of flavors in it. Let's go for another one. It's sweet, it's sticky, it's oily. You get the pecan, you get the maple syrup in there. Helps make the beer a bit sticky and oily. You do get a little bit of that bourbon, but it's not super much actually. It's quite mild on the bourbon. So maybe that's why it's so mild overall, because it ain't that kind of in your face, you know, punching bourbon flavor there that kind of knocks your palate out. It's not boozy as such. There's a little bit of a hint of a burn feeling, burn sensation there down the throat, but it's very mild. And that's kind of the key word for this beer from Amundsen, Pecan Psychosis. Mild, because it's a mild 12% Imperial Stout, but you do have all the good flavors in there, but it's unfortunately perhaps in some regards a little bit mild. I would have preferred perhaps a little bit more oomph in that bourbon character. Doesn't have to be super boozy, not that, I don't mean that it has to be by necessity super boozy or kick you in the face kind of flavor, but a little bit more oomph to that bourbon, because the bourbon side of the beer is very downplayed. But otherwise, it's a very nice beer. Pecan Psychosis, bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout. Very, very good beer. Now, I think I will draw the grade down one notch, just because the absence of that bourbon character, because it is advertised as a bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout there. So you do get a little bit of it, but it's very downplayed and it's a super mild beer overall. So, but I'm going to give it a 3.75 out of 5. Still a great beer, very good beer. That was everything I had for today. Thumb me up if you liked the review. Thanks for watching.